We're going to be talking about Spencer Rattler trade destinations here on Saints Now by Chat Sports. Now, I want to make something explicitly clear here. The Saints don't have to trade Spencer Rattler, but they should at least consider doing this because obviously Tyler Shough is the quarterback moving forward. I think Rattler deserves an opportunity to start elsewhere, and the only way to make that happen is if you trade or cut him. So you might as well try to get something in return. So we're going to talk about teams that could use Spencer Rattler's services. My name is Trizzy Trace Girouard. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. I'm not the only one who believes that Spencer Rattler deserves an opportunity to start. Chris Olave, Tyler Shough, and a lot of other Saints players have echoed that same opinion, and we're going to share that really quickly before we give you those destinations. Chris Olave saying, Spencer's a great quarterback. I don't believe he's a backup in this league. In the world nowadays, people always want to point the finger at somebody when something's going wrong. I feel like Spencer's done a great job when he was back there starting at quarterback. He deserves another opportunity to be a QB1 in this league. Tyler Shough also wanted to send some love to Spencer Rattler. I like Spencer, bro. I like Spencer Rattler. I think he'll get a chance for sure to start. He's a great dude. He's a great player. He can spin it. He's athletic. Like I said, there's just a lot that goes into it for sure. Everybody in this league, I think, can spin it. Everyone can do it. It's kind of circumstantial. It's about having the right mindset. And again, I think that what they said is very true. He does deserve an opportunity to start. He can spin the pill. He can lead an offense. He is athletic. He does have the leadership qualities, but he is also a trade candidate. The thing that they didn't say is he deserves to start in New Orleans. And I'm not going to say that they ever should say that. Tyler Shough is QB1. Chris Olave knows that. But Chris Olave also wants to spread some love for his other quarterback that started the season in 2025. He's clearly the QB2, but I don't think a trade would necessarily be extremely costly for a team that's interested. So that could draw some interest for Spencer Rattler. He can be a high-quality QB2. There's real value in having somebody hold down that role. And that high-quality QB2 could be in New Orleans, or it also could be for another squad. And in 2025, it's not like he was absolutely abysmal. He wasn't incredible, but I do think for Spencer Rattler, he's somebody that deserves another opportunity, and he's somebody that in a pinch could easily fill in and be a starter for any one of these squads. Now, possible Spencer Rattler destinations. Here are 8 teams that could potentially use Spencer Rattler services, all for different reasons. Some of these teams are because they don't have a starting quarterback of the future. Some of them are because they can't draft a QB in their first-round pick because they don't have the number 1 overall selection, and there's really no QBs outside of Fernando Mendoza that are worth a first-round pick. But teams like the Steelers and the Rams, like you have options on the roster. You have a veteran guy, Matthew Stafford. J.J. McCarthy's around for Minnesota. Like you have the option to bring him in and compete / sit in the wings and then go and take over in the future. So coming up, we're going to talk about who could actually trade for Spencer Rattler. I'm going to give you 3 teams that have a real case to trade for Spencer Rattler because I believe that he is a player that will be on the move this offseason. But before we do that, what would you do? Let me know your thoughts here in the comment section. Type T for trade, type K for keep. What would you do with Spencer Rattler? Trade him or keep him? Sound off in the comment section. Today's episode of Saints Now by Chat Sports brought to you by Bubs Naturals. In 2026, I'm not just getting back into my normal healthy routine. I'm actually helping my body turn back the clock. And as we get older, it's inevitable for our bodies to face more challenges. Stiff joints in the morning, longer recovery time from the gym, your hair is thinning, your nails are breaking, and even your skin is losing that smooth glow. These things happen because your body's collagen levels start to naturally decline beginning as early as your mid-20s. But good news is all of these things can be fixed. Bubs helps restore collagen levels closer to what your body naturally had in its youth. So your joints feel stronger, your hair and nails grow healthier, and your skin looks smoother. And since I started taking Bubs Naturals Collagen, I'm feeling like I'm back in my early 20s again, and Bubs has added a new meaning to the old saying, new year, new me in 2026 by actually helping my body feel younger. Now, my favorite thing about Bubs Naturals is how great it tastes. You don't taste anything. That's the best part about it. You can put it in your water, you can put it in your coffee, you can put it in your juice, you stir it up, and it is easy to drink. It doesn't clump up. It's awesome. I love it. There's no junk. It's third-party tested. It's sustainably sourced, and it mixes seamlessly. You need to get some Bubs Naturals Collagen Peptides today, and you can click the link down in the comment section or description of this video to do that. Live better longer. For a limited time, our listeners are getting 20% off at Bubs Naturals by using code CHAT at checkout. Just head to bubsnaturals.com and use promo code CHAT, and you're all set. After you purchase your items, they will ask where you heard about them. Please support Saints Now and tell them that we sent you by clicking the link down in the comments and description of this video. Shout out to Bubs Naturals for sponsoring today's show. Now, Spencer Rattler trade destination number one. Realistically, I actually think this is a place that does make a lot of sense. And I honestly think that Spencer Rattler would be pretty gung-ho to head to Arizona. Obviously, he's from Phoenix. He went to high school out there, and, that's where he all went viral for all of his, QB1, yada, yada, yada. All that being said, he's from Arizona. So when you talk about the scape in the landscape of their offense, you do have some interesting weapons there in James Conner, Trey McBride, and Marvin Harrison Jr. So it's not like they're lacking an offensive skill set. They just need a quarterback to lead the team, and they need the right coaching staff to make sure that they operate correctly. It seems like the Cardinals will be moving off of Kyler Murray this offseason. Feels like a breakup is headed, or it feels like it's inevitable for Arizona and Kyler Murray. I don't blame them. I got a pick 6 off of Kyler Murray, so I don't know why they would want him as their franchise quarterback. That all being said, I do think Rattler to Arizona could make at least a little bit of sense, and I do think that it's a realistic option for the New Orleans Saints to explore. Now, another team, the New York Jets. New York Jets, New Jersey Jets, doesn't matter. They're playing at MetLife, and it's the New York Jets. I think that they're a team that could be interested as well. I mean, obviously, they're a squad to really keep an eye on because I think for the Jets, you obviously had the number 2 overall pick, and it was very, very clear that they were going to target Dante Moore. Justin Fields has not been a good fit for Aaron Glenn and for that team, and the squad is going to need to add a quarterback this offseason regardless. I mean, Tyrod Taylor, you got Justin Fields. It's just nothing that illustrious. I'm sorry, no disrespect to the Jets, but, you got to get better quarterback play. And Dante Moore returning to Oregon is really, really impactful for the Jets. Nobody in the quarterback class is worth the number 2 overall pick. Fernando Mendoza will go number 1, barring something absolutely insane. But, if you need a next best option, Spencer Rattler could come into New York immediately and make it happen. Oh, and by the way, they have 5 picks in the first 2 rounds of the 2026 NFL Draft. So you can use those 5 picks on beefing up your talent, helping the defense, adding to the offensive line. So you can use those picks to put prime talent and premium talent around Spencer Rattler and at least have a quarterback on a rookie contract for a couple of years to operate until they get to a point where they're like, all right, we can either roll with Rattler or we can, go and get somebody else. So that's another option to consider. Kind of an interesting one. And I was on the fence about the Minnesota Vikings, but the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I'm starting to convince myself this could actually make a little bit of sense. And for what it's worth, I think for the Minnesota Vikings, you obviously have your starter in J.J. McCarthy. But what's the problem with J.J. McCarthy? He's been extremely inconsistent, and he's been extremely injury-prone. And the best ability is availability. Spencer Rattler could be a high-level backup that in the pinch could start and get on the field and go deal with the weapons of Justin Jefferson, T.J. Hawkinson, Aaron Jones, and Jordan Addison. You don't need the greatest quarterback in the world to run that offense efficiently. And Spencer Rattler is a player that I think could run that offense extremely well. And they don't have a quality backup in Minnesota. Max Brosmer, Carson Wentz are their backup quarterbacks. So not only A, would you upgrade at the backup position, B, I think it'd honestly bring a little bit of competition to the quarterback position for J.J. McCarthy saying, hey, man, if you can't stay on the field, it's open season. We got to find somebody to get on the field. Again, I don't think that the Vikings would trade for him to be the starter, but I think the idea would be let's bring in some competition. Let's bring in somebody who could run the offense at a high level in a pinch, and let's just overall upgrade the quarterback room, and I think Spencer Rattler would upgrade the QB room in Minnesota. Now, if you want more Saints content by fans, for fans, I highly encourage you to subscribe to the channel. If Spencer Rattler does get traded, we'll make sure that you are the first to know among all of your friends. So hit the notification bell. Subscribe to Saints Now by Chat Sports, and y'all stay golden. We'll see you next time.